Right there was our arch nemesis yesterday. As I think I explained in a video last night showing position with my hands. Yeah, it was kind of a messed up deal. But we got her done. And ended up hooking, I didn't realize, we always lock the pickup up. Always. And this was still all the way down. And yeah, I know, twine. Whole frickin' pickup full of twine. I'm hoping all the twine laying back here isn't all... Well, actually, those laying there, those are from the twine box, which I haven't opened yet. Here's the pickup setup on here. Cylinder pushes it to pick it up. That rod, you set for your stop for how far down it can go. So when the cylinder comes back, it's on a link, and the link just swings back and it's out of the way. Well, I don't know what the deal is, if it's wrong in there or what, but they never had it up. So I think Nick was on the other side and the driver was on this side. I ended up doing that little cushion deal. There's a solid collar and then a cushion. A little frickin' cushion didn't want to slide on the shaft. Oh, I wonder what that is. We'll find out when I clean that up, huh? The other side, this piece is bent, so this tire's cocked, or the tire's cocked. We'll just unbolt it, and all it is the back side's bent, so that's not too big a deal. Oh, and completely different wind guard. I really have no idea how to set it. It's where it's at. One thing that I think is an important thing, this guard. A lot of them I've seen in the pictures, because they give you the steps so you can get up here. You got to get up there for shear bolt. Those steps are usually all kinds of messed up. It looks great. I do see just up at the sunlight, looks like there's a crack in the plastic. Maybe that's just the outer layer, I don't know. I've seen a whole bunch of them, way newer than this one, that have big holes in this piece. I would imagine maybe from a shear bolt when it flings. Kind of looks like that shield needs some help, and we're going to want a shield on that one. Oh, nice. I wonder what that was too. Hopefully it's just stuck there at the moment and not tore up. Yeah, I have no idea what kind of mess we got here. I really don't. We will find that out at the time. And obviously, I'm going to say that this design isn't quite right for 3-point arms. That's what does that. And yeah, I don't really want to take the arms off this tractor. It's the only big tractor we got with them. But on the flip side of that, the only thing we have that's 3-point that we can put on it is the chisel plow, or not the chisel plow, the subsoiler, which I've always wanted to put that on its own dolly. So, and the rest of the drive line's in the shop. We have the small 1000 PTO, and it's the big on the end. So we got to do something with that. We had to do that with the other one too. And the safety chain's missing some pieces, and there's no clip, so it's a wonder it actually rode all the way here that way. But it did. And okay, maybe I can do it this way without having it flip. If you can see the 4 holes in the keyhole slots, that's where the jack is supposed to be. So Hobo Freight happens to have the proper jack for it. I have not opened the sides up yet. Hey, there's where it originally came from. And anniversary edition. Tires aren't too bad considering. This one looks better than the other one. And, you know, knowing that this was up east and, you know, sandy soil and that kind of stuff. In fact, the driver said he loaded it in sand. The paint wear on that's nothing. We have no idea how many bales are on this thing, but that's nothing. I wish it had a hydraulic valve there. Actually, I think there would be two of them, or push buttons, because the chute. Now, here's the other thing I wish. The channels are here, but I don't know if any of the guts are in them for a push ejector. And even in here, doesn't look bad. I mean, obviously they had some wet shit in it, or it sat in there a while before they pulled the bale out. I got a feeling they pulled the bale out right before they decided to take pictures for selling it. I just wish they'd have done some more cleaning. I mean, the lights aren't busted up. SMV emblem straight. Those are things that usually get messed up. I mean, these are on a breakaway. If it'll, a frozen up breakaway. So, yeah. And I was walking around this morning. I'm like, huh? Oh, work light. Yeah, work light. That'd be kind of handy. I wonder if, yeah, okay. This is set up to turn this on so you can see to get up and down, and it shuts that one off so you don't blind yourself. A little bit different bale length mechanism. And the other thing I do like, I think Crone put them underneath. Oh, ouch. The star wheel is out where it will always be in contact with the bale. Where on the 4900, it's mounted to this side rail. So when that goes down, the bale's farther away from it, and we've had issues with that. I mean, yeah, this one you got to drive line up or you got to maintain, but it's got a thin spot right there. That must down. That's why. That's where it drops to. So, but that looks to be original. I mean, hell, we've changed the other one a couple of times, even when it's set up right. And I don't know what this is. We'll figure that out later. It's a lock. Perfect. I understand that. So if you're coming up to work on it, you do that. And this can't drop. So if you're up here working on it, you won't lose your fingers. Trying to get my coffee cup out of my way. And hey, even the rails are clean, or not busted up. First thing Ty noticed, the lid was gone off of that. She saw that before we even started unloading. Shit happens. I mean, we're not going to use it anyway. If we do, it won't be on here. That just feeds powder. If you get into wet hay, they had stuff set up that it would put it on. And I mean, even the paint on the door in here looks good. I'm not sure how the door opens. I think I just grab it and open it, but I don't know how well I like this style fan. It's the Nodder fan. Friend of mine in Gaston has a Challenger 3x4. It's got the same fan, and shit gets up over the screen. And I'm not sure about the clear reflectors. It's hard enough seeing the orange ones. And dang, this is just too narrow here. So really what I'm saying is, paint-wise and everything, this thing looks great. Obviously they had an owl. And it's actually got better rails, because that one parked over there in the shed. The rail comes across right here. So when you need to get up to here, you have to climb over it. I suppose we can do this. That's a very tiny door to get in. I hope you can see the mess. I mean, it just needs a good cleaning so far, is what I see. I haven't seen anything nasty yet. Like that seal needs to get redone, cleaned up and put back on. And I'm gonna guess that that is there to help keep shit from coming up here and getting into the fan. And I thought, maybe it does, yeah, it's hinged. That fan swings up so you can get in there. That's how you get to the back side of the knotters. And we don't have the covers on ours because it helps get stuff out. We'll see how long they stay on there. Still got to get on your hands and knees to do stuff. But and I got to figure out lots of stuff. But even the wear on the knotters. This thing don't have any wear on it. It's got a roller to ride on it, but there's no wear. I mean, right there, that's a factory torch cut, and it's not pounded out. And that's just smooth. It's not egged over. So we got a cover there that needs to go up. Hopefully, yeah, that roller's tight anyway. I'm impressed. But we look on the gears, that's not bad at all. We have no idea how many bales are on because it was advertised as unknown. But looking at the condition of the knotters, I mean, I'm going to say way less than 50,000. If I really had to take a guess at it, I'd say less than 20,000, but honest, I don't know. That knotter's been replaced, but the gear hasn't. So they had a problem. That one looks like it's timed wrong too, but then none of them are timed right. The twine discs, I'm just guessing because I'm not measuring right now, but that gap right there between the piece with the horseshoe and the piece that comes in, that one looks to be about right. This one does too. That one's off. That one's off. That one's about right. And that one's off the other way. And even that cam piece there doesn't show any wear on it. So, doesn't mean I'm not going to find something I don't like. Oh, okay, it did latch. It was banging. I thought it was wrong. I very well could find something that's going to be a big issue, but so far, I am impressed. And you're seeing it for the first time the same way I am. I do kind of wish there was a little more room right here, because that can be a bitch when you got to get on your hands and knees, and this is narrower here. Then, of course, part of it on the one over there, it went underneath a railroad trestle that wasn't tall enough once before we got it. So this is all bent back. That would have been a lot better if they'd have brought that up right here. We are going to see what we can find for a new camera for this one, especially since we took the camera from the other one and put it on the little baler, which Ty absolutely loves having it on there. And it's never been backed into a bale because that's nice and straight. And I think there's more clearance to get in on this side. Plus, it doesn't have the jack hanger back here. Okay, now we can finally make it to this side, and this is something that I knew because it was in the pictures. Now, looking at it, I don't know if it really has an active leak. They ran it last fall, and that's fairly well dried up. You know, otherwise you would think it would still be wet. Yeah, that one's froze up solid too. We may do a little thinking with that just because. And you know, twine tied underneath. I don't tie it there. I tie it back to here, but when you gotta cycle it. I don't see anything yet. The nice thing is, this tab and this crop, there's a shield that goes here. And it's all they do is hold crap in there and make a bigger mess. And if you need to get in to rerun anything, you can't. And I think, yeah, the axle setup on this is much nicer than the other one. The other one, if you're underneath, well, I'll try to give you an idea of the space. My coffee cup to the axle. The other one, I can barely slide under the axle. And when I've had to get underneath there to work on it, my biggest fear is that a tire goes poof. Because I'd be dead instantly. There's no two ways about it. So anyway, there's what I was talking about, that piece of meat. Shouldn't be too hard to straighten. And if we can't straighten it, we can just put a piece on here and bring it out. And I think those are solid tires, so I don't know why there's a stem in them. And here's this side of it. And I've got enough video right now, I'm sure, to just put this up all by itself. Like I said, I know we got a little issues like that, but yeah, we need to get a book because we didn't have the operator's manual. But I think we're set about the right height. I'd rather actually have the baler too high in the front than too low. Gives more of a throat when you have issues. So anyway, yeah, I already got 17.5 minutes and I haven't even opened the side up yet. I don't know if I got room to open this side where it's sitting. No, it'll hit. So I think I might just put this video up all by itself. Well, I got a clip from Nick from yesterday. I thought this was supposed to do something. Maybe not. Yeah, hold on. Well, dirty bastards took all the twine out. That is what I was afraid of. Advertise the fucker with the twines in it, pull them all out. That's just a little bit of money. Another nice thing they did was they put rails for that chain. And this is a little bit different design. They still got a spring on it, but this arm assembly, I wonder if it's the same one they're using on the 3x4. I mean, it very well could be. And gotta figure out what that's about too. So there's the tube coming from that box up there. No big deal to get rid of that. Bearings are both still on this side, but I think the front bearing on the other side is gone from the pictures. This ain't beat up. I like a little different setup on the crank arm. You can change, looks like it's made, yeah, you can change the teeth without having to take the whole thing apart. That chain is the Otter Drive, by the way. Kind of an important one. And it's actually in pretty good shape. So yeah, now we know, no frickin' twine. I'd have done the same thing, honestly. We actually usually pull the twine out to clean the baler up at the end of the year. And these things pull down. And the magnet there holds them up. wonder what the odds are. There might actually be a book in here. If there is, it's probably scooched. Yeah, guess what? If there is, it ain't big enough to reach. That'll probably come off of there. It don't need to be there. So, there's your tour. We may run her a little bit, but I think at some point, rather than having to buy new tires, we'll swap tires with the other machine. I mean, they're worth the same either way when they leave. In the meantime, no, there's a lot of cleaning up to do to see what we got for sure. But like I said, I can't find anything. That's what, oh, it's on the other side. Right here on the other side is, I believe it's a Lincoln Auto Loop. A lot of other brands put them back here where the fire extinguisher holder is, which is kind of a stupid spot because I wonder, maybe, oh, if I don't push it up. Yeah, whatever brand it is. But that may be, blowing in my face. That, okay, that's just for the knotters then, because that tube goes up. So everything else is still old school, which is fine. Although there's not near as many grease spots. We got here. There shouldn't be anything there. Got one for that clutch assembly. That's a lot bigger chain. That's nice. Other side's going to be the same way. Looks like we got two fuse holders that are exposed. Need to get covers for those. And this is what we had issues with on the 4900. This machine is self-contained. Right there's the hydraulic tank. And yeah, it's low. I think the little yellow thing's supposed to float. It's not. That's the brain. So the console isn't near what the other one is. And if I opened the front hatch, the hydraulic pump would be on the front of the main gearbox. And yes, I was right. We have a bearing to do. They aren't bad to do. I don't know. I've done all four of them on the other baler at least twice. A couple of them another time or two. It seems like that's the one you do the most. I don't know why. Something else they changed. The other baler, this has a channel pointed up, so you got that much room where shit packs in. So Taya's gonna love cleaning this up a lot better. A whole lot better. Even down here, it's a channel up this far. Really messes with cleaning up. And with that, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna pause and come back. I don't know how well you can really see in there. Pump is right where that pile of shit is. And I don't think the crack I saw on the outside goes through, so it's probably just the outer layer. Easier to fix. That looks nicer there. I think a person could stand up on the step and reach in and drag that shit out of there. Totally different gearbox assembly. Took me a minute to get this undone. The latch was a little sticky. Similar flywheel. But here's something I'm appreciative of. They didn't empty the toolbox. Not sure what all's in here yet, but they did not empty it. So, part of it's obviously a whole bunch of busted shear bolts. But there may be some shear bolts in here. That looks like a new one. Pittsburgh, but that's fine. Tools are here to work. I'll take all that out and clean everything up later. And it's actually pretty clean in there. The other toolbox on the other one doesn't have the latch, so it doesn't seal as tight. That's really clean in there. I don't know what else to show you at the moment. Oh, I do too. I'll be right back. The monitor. I don't remember what they call this. They did 2 different monitors for those balers. This, from what I understand, was the original. And I have no idea how it lights up. Obviously made to clamp on differently than how ours is. See some bare wire. Yay. It does a whole lot less than the monitor for the 4900. And I see we got 1, 2. I'm assuming that might be a relay too. So there's relays. Hopefully the cord's all good. I have, no freaking idea. No idea what that is. Assuming somewhere you get power. This one happens to say Dickie John Corporation on it, and most of them say something else. Some of them say Agco, but they all look the same. Yeah, I hope I can figure it out. We got to get a manual, so I'm going to have a clue. Which Ty said she found one on eBay. It said owner's manual. Hopefully it actually says operator's manual. It said like $50. Well, that ain't bad. Because if it's anything like the 4900 manual, it's about that thick. So, okay. That's like, I don't know how many freaking hours of video for you, but I'm going to put this one up on its own. And I'll get your regular video tonight. Let's get my day going now.